In the 1991-92 NBA season, Scottie Pippen had a salary of $2.8 million and was the 26th highest paid player in the entire NBA. That amount was close to the $3.2 million Michael Jordan, the team's figure, made. It was a good deal, but as time went on, it became totally outdated and, in the 1997-98 season, made him the 6th highest paid player on the team. He was also ranked 122nd in the league overall. Do you want to know why we talk about him being underpaid? Stay with us to the end of this video and we'll give you the details that will surprise you. If you're an NBA star, you know your salary will be among the best in the world. You can even accept that if you play alongside guys like Michael Jordan, you can get paid less. But as much as 11 times less? Well, we'll tell you how that happened. In the second chapter of The Last Dance, the documentary that tells the last season of the Bulls of Michael Jordan, it focuses on the figure of Scottie Pippen. The wing, a vital part of the dynasty, was ready to leave in 1997. He's the best squad member in history, perhaps the best outside defender of all time, but there were 121 players in the NBA who were paid more than he was. How is that possible? Pippen paid dearly for the mistake he made in 1991, where he signed a 7-season contract. He still had 2 more years of his contract, but the TV money was driving up the market and he demanded a raise. The Bulls offered it to him in exchange for extending it to 1998. Although his agents advised him against it, Pippen accepted. To understand him, you have to know where he came from. Pippen was the youngest of 12 siblings, and the head of the family had remained in a wheelchair when he was still very young. His agent, Jimmy Sexton, confessed that he did not know what real poverty was until he first visited that 2-room shack in deep Arkansas where 12 people came to live. You tell me, if in those conditions you could become ambitious. Besides, when he signed, he had been carrying back problems for a long time, and he was afraid his career would be too short. Pippen needed to secure his family's future. According to Hoopship, in 1992, Scottie Pippen was the 8th highest paid player in the NBA, which was very much in line with his status. However, thanks to the explosion in popularity that his own Bulls fueled, the league's salary cap grew by 226% during the 7-year contract. By 1997, he was 122nd. Scottie Pippen's contract soon fell below the market price, and it hurt even more to see that a year after Tony Kukoc arrived, he was already charging a little less than Jordan. But Jerry Krause, the architect of those Bulls and a very relevant figure, in spite of not going out well in The Last Dance, never wanted to renew it again. The best opportunity came in 1995, when a new TV contract flooded the market, but Krause took advantage of that money to complete a historic roster. It was that summer that he traded Will Perdue for Dennis Rodman, with the blessing of Pippen, who had been at odds with him since those pitched battles with the Bad Boys. With the rest, he signed Randy Brown, a base that would pass with no glory. The main reason for the confrontation was that contract. But not only one, it was that Krause had been on the urge of trading him on several occasions. First, the Seattle Supersonics in 1994 by Shawn Kemp and Ricky Pierce, and most of all, on the night of the 1997 draft. Pippen only had 1 more year left in his contract, and as he was about to turn 32, Krause was already ruling out any renewal. On the contrary, the Bulls squad was too old, and Krause thought he could use it to start the rebuilding. He tried to trade him to the Boston Celtics for the number 3 of the draft, or to the Toronto Raptors for Tracy McGrady. A few years ago, McGrady himself revealed that this trade was about to be completed, but he vetoed it with Jordan as soon as he knew about Krause's intentions. In 1997, Pippen was determined to leave the Bulls. So much so that, as it is remembered in the documentary, he delayed a foot operation until the preseason to be able to go away on vacation. He would miss the first few months of the season, but would be perfect for when he signed with a new team. Jordan had understood the market better and had been signing single-season contracts since 1996. That year, he was paid 11 times more than Pippen. The Bulls, we said, didn't want to renew him because they wanted to rebuild the team, but they did help him sign a good contract at 33. Okay, so you're getting the picture of Scottie's anger? Well, we'll tell you how they tried to fix it now, but first subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Click that big red button that says subscribe. They say Pippen forgot to do it at the time and it cost him a lot of money. We could have warned him. Moving on, in January 1999, after the NBA shutdown, Pippen went to the Rockets with a sign-in trade. The Bulls signed him to a $67 million contract for 4 seasons, triple what he had earned in the first 10 years of his career, plus another 15 in incentives, and then traded him. If he had gone straight to the Rockets, he could have signed for up to $45 million. And it wouldn't be the last gesture with which the Bulls tried to make up for this injustice Pippen suffered. At the end of his career in 2003, his former teammate John Paxson who had replaced Krause as general manager, signed him to a final contract of $10 million for 2 seasons. Pippen would only play 23 games before retiring. 2-time Olympic champion, 6-time NBA champion, 7-time All-Star, and voted one of the top 50 players in NBA history, and he's ruined. It doesn't seem fair. The legendary member of the Barcelona '92 Dream Team and Michael Jordan's luxury squire on the Bulls has squandered the nearly $120 million he earned in his 17 years in the NBA. But everything good Pippen had as a player, he has as a bad investor. In less than 5 years, back in 2007, he lost $27 million in ruinous investments and is now in debt. Hence his sudden interest in returning to play before the All-Stars. Or so there is speculation in the United States. It was made public that Pippen was facing a $5 million cash loan, with high interest rates, when his idea to launch private airlines under his name failed. He's never been good at finance, and he has never been good at picking his own guys either. As revealed by the Chicago Tribune, Pippen gave $17 million in 2000 to his personal advisor, Robert J. Lunn, and his investment firm, but it was never returned, and the money was lost in financing ruined aviation businesses, gourmet food, and the construction of a luxury resort that turned out to be a fiasco. The final straw in Pippen's financial jinx is that he has done badly even with the sale of his house. While half the world makes a fortune investing in bricks, the former player has lost more than $1 million in the sale of his 5,700 square foot Portland mansion. Pippen bought his luxury mansion, 6 full bathrooms, 3 toilets, basketball court, gym, sauna, luxury kitchen, etc. for $4 million and sold it for less than $3. But anyway, Scottie Pippen's legacy to the Bulls is out of the question, beyond his finances, which everyone prefers not to talk about. Or can we forget the great moments like that 6th game in 1992 when, with his team 15 points behind in a game that would have allowed the Portland Trail Blazers to return to the championship game, Pippen led a bench team to a 15-2 score, setting the stage for the Bulls' starting lineup to finish the job in one of the most memorable comebacks in NBA history. Or in the 93-94 season, with Jordan out playing minor league baseball, when Scottie had to carry the weight of the entire Bulls franchise, suddenly finding himself without the talisman that he had earned them 3 consecutive rings. Pippen rose to the occasion, recording the best season of his career and leading the Bulls in points and assists as he led them to the Eastern Conference semifinals. And finally, remember that 1994 All-Star game during which he scored 29 points and earned a unanimous vote as the game's most valuable player, sealing his position as a megastar for years to come. So all of us, unlike poor Pippen, can count ourselves lucky. We hope you enjoyed the video. We post Monday to Friday, so make sure to hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe down below.